Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea video of mine where I've got a bit of a mixture. Some Chelsea news that I've got to discuss and to break to you guys, and also a massive Chelsea talking point which got me thinking because I was reading through the comments yesterday after my review of the Fulham versus Chelsea game. Thank you all guys for commenting. Mixture of comments. Obviously we're not always going to agree on everything, that's understandable. We always interact, but it's good to see your comments, and one comment stood out to me massively. And credit to this person, he was stating that essentially, there's a lot of question marks regarding the board situation. If Lampard wasn't ready for this position, why did the board hire in the first place? Why is it the players stop playing for the manager? Why is it the board don't back the manager? Why is it there's no longevity of any manager? And it got me thinking, and it's a completely valid point. It's a completely valid point, and that's what I'm going to be answering in this video. That's the main talking point. I've also got a bit of Chelsea news, some update on Fikayo Tomori. He's on the verge of completing his loan move to AC Milan. I'll be disclosing more information and details regarding that, and also me discussing about Lampard's treatment of Hudson-Odoi. How unfair it is in his treatment completely. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But let's get straight into it. I will speak about the Fikayo Tomori situation on my Chelsea Transfer News Daily, and I'll be giving you guys more details regarding that. Again, the most reliable journalist, Fabrizio Romano, Tier 1 journalist, reported that Fikayo Tomori is set to join AC Milan on loan from Chelsea. The agreement is expected to be completed next week with an option to buy of 30 million euros. And you know what? I said this the other day actually. I said this in my review. What Lampard says in his press conferences completely contradicts to what actually goes on out in the open. It honestly doesn't make any sense. He held his press conference against Fulham, and this is going to link onto the treatment of Hudson-Odoi. He's saying in his press conference that Tomori has a long-term future with Chelsea, that he has a plan for Tomori and all this stuff, yet he's not getting a single look in. He's not getting any sort of look in. He's not coming out in press conferences. He's not getting any single minute in games. He's not playing in the FA Cup. He's not playing in the Premier League. He's not even on the bench. So it begs the question, what is actually going on with Fikayo Tomori? What is going on behind the scenes? Why is he not being transparent? If he's not good enough, if he's not training hard enough, then say it. But if he's not, you're leaving us out to dry. Tell the fans, be transparent. You're telling us one thing, feeding us all this rubbish, but then at the same time, he's about to complete his move to AC Milan, which I have no problem, by the way. I think that's for Tomori, for his development, his growth, for his growth as a player, he's a young prospect. I think it's a fantastic move. Italy, they're all renowned for about defensive solidity. As I said, AC Milan, they're going to try and win the Scudetto. They're top of the Serie A. They haven't won the Scudetto in years, so it's going to be massive for him. He potentially could be winning the Serie A title there. So it's massive for Tomori. And also, as I said, he's in develop and grow, alongside the captain, Alessio Romagnoli, which I love as a centre-back. So, as I stress, there is so many, potential and opportunity for Fikayo Tomori. But why isn't he not being transparent? Why? This is what we need to understand as fans. You say one thing and then you do another thing, a different action. You're completely contradicting yourself completely. And listen, with the option to buy 30 million euros, this means that Tomori fulfills his loan, he plays well, and he wants to stay in Milan. AC Milan will purchase it. They will outright purchase it. There's nothing Chelsea can do. There is nothing Frank Lampard could do about this. They must have agreed to allow AC Milan to put this option to buy clause in the contract. Listen, I don't think Tomori will ever be good enough for Chelsea. That's just my personal opinion. I could be proved wrong. As I said, for his own development, AC Milan is a good move for him. But what Lampard is saying in press conferences completely contradicts to what he actually does. His actions and his words are completely opposite. And that's why we had enough of the rubbish that he feeds out to us. We don't believe him anymore. And this leads me on to the Hudson-Odoi situation. With Hudson-Odoi, his treatment is disgraceful. Now, Sarri got a lot of stick regarding the treatment of Hudson-Odoi. Sometimes it was fair enough. Sometimes, he had a lot of criticism. Sometimes it was justified. Sometimes it wasn't. However, Sarri had his own reasons. He had Willian and Pedro, experienced wingers, and of course he didn't want to lose the dressing room because they have a lot of influence in the dressing room, especially Willian. And Hudson-Odoi was only 18, 17 years old at the time, and of course he had time to develop. He wanted to tactically get Hudson-Odoi up to speed. He wanted him to train hard and do well in training. You could see the logic behind what Mauricio Sarri was doing. Yeah, Willian and Pedro are no longer gone. We only have 3 registered wingers in our squad. Hudson-Odoi is a lot more mature. He's a lot more tactically up to speed. And he's ready. That man is ready. So my question is, why isn't Lampard playing him? And again, if you're not playing him, what is your reasons? He came out in his press conference after the game and he said Hudson-Odoi may deserve to start. What does that even mean? He may have. He said he had a difficult selection headache because of Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi. Right, fair enough. But Hudson-Odoi in the previous 2 games prior to the Fulham game scored 2 goals in his previous 2 games. So he is the most informed winger. So therefore, why is he not playing? Why? Why is he not starting the game? He came on and he changed the game instantly. He single-handedly got Mason Mount that goal, and he single-handedly dragged our team by the scruff of the neck and secured the 3 points. That's exactly what Hudson-Odoi did. But why is he not starting from the get-go? Christian Pulisic, I don't want to scapegoat him, but he had a very poor performance. Same with Ziyech. And you're telling me that Hudson-Odoi didn't deserve to start. And this is what I said yesterday. Where is the meritocracy? He said he plays on merit. This is another thing. He says he plays players on merit, but he doesn't. He doesn't. Where is Hudson-Odoi? Where is he? Honestly, it's a shambles. And if Hudson-Odoi put in the performance Pulisic put in last night, he wouldn't see the football pitch for 6 months. That's a fact. That's a fact. You can't say I'm wrong. You can't dispute that. That is a simple fact. Why? Because he didn't cost £60 million. Because he's free. That's the issue. Honestly. Otherwise, why is he not playing? I'm trying to find a logical reason here. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. His treatment of him is unfair, it's unjust, and it's honestly beyond embarrassing. It honestly is. He's been as I said, he's our most threatening player in the front 3. He deserves to start. He should be playing week in, week out. I need to be seeing him playing against Leicester. If he doesn't play against Leicester, then I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. I'll be speechless if he doesn't play against Leicester. Because it's shocking. It honestly is shocking. But what do you guys think? Do you think that I'm overreacting? Do you think that I'm not, I'm right? Do you think that, do you agree with Lampard that, you don't want Hudson-Odoi to start? You wanted him, to nurture him in or whatnot? What do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But the final talking point I want to mention to you guys is the board. This is more of a bigger picture now. Should us fans, Chelsea fans in general, be attacking the board or blaming the board? The board should have known beforehand, before hiring Frank Lampard, if he was ready for the job. Was Frank Lampard ready for this job right now in his managerial career? And it's obviously being proven to be seen that he wasn't ready. But again, you have to point the finger at the board. If they knew this, why did they hire him? Why? At the time we hired him, he only had 1 year of managerial experience. 1 year. Why are we giving him, he's literally here on work experience. He's a rookie manager because he hasn't had the experience. He hasn't won any titles. He hasn't built his CV yet. Why is he taking a massive job like Chelsea? Chelsea is one of the biggest clubs in Europe. It's an elite club. The stature of Chelsea. He should not be coming in just because he has legendary status. He should not be coming in and taking our job. He should have stayed at Derby for a few more years. Tried to get him promoted to the Premier League. Won a trophy potentially. Maybe moved abroad, maybe to Italy, France, wherever. Gained some more experience. Build up that CV, and in a few years' time, 5-6 years' time, hire Frank Lampard, give him that project, and you'd see a much better, more experienced Frank Lampard who can handle these situations and get the best out of these players. Why? Because I think that would have been the most logical thing to do. No? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong. That's the most logical thing, and I'm not, obviously hindsight is a beautiful thing, of course, but regarding the board, they should have known he wasn't ready. They should have known. Now, a lot of you will say, well, we had a transfer ban. What manager would not come into the club with a transfer ban? Fair enough, it is a valid point. But I'm sure Max Allegri was a free agent at the time. He would have come. There were so many top managers that would have taken the job at the time. And I know Sarri left on his own terms, but we could have forced Sarri to stay in that sense. Sarri could have easily stayed. He's already implemented his style of football. He already knows pretty much the whole squad. We could have kept Sarri for another season and we would have got out of the transfer ban. As you said, we only had 6 months of the transfer ban because it got uplifted January last year. So I don't see why this is an issue. I don't see why he was hired. He obviously wasn't ready, and that's just been proven he's not ready because he's on the verge and the brink of being sacked. Yes, he has had some positives, his poor power, and I'll be grateful for the transfer window that we just had. I'll be grateful for integrating some of the youth players. Listen, there are some positives with what Frank Lampard has done, and I want to see Frank Lampard come back in the future. But it's obviously been evident to see that this man is not ready to take a job of this stature, this level. It's too soon for him. It's honestly too soon. And I think the board have made an error there. They've made a mistake. And the board have to take some blame for this. They have to take some responsibility for this. And the board are to blame for this. But what do you guys think? Do you think that the board are not to blame? Do you think that giving Lampard was fair enough? Or do you agree with the fact that Lampard was never ready? He was too inexperienced. He's too young. We need to give it to a more experienced, a manager with pedigree, a manager with someone that's built up their CV. What do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But if you did enjoy this video, please smash like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down below your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.